We begin in Oshawa, Ontario, with that tragic shooting that has stunned the community. The motive is still under investigation, but there are still new details to share with you this morning. Laura McQuillan is tracking all of it for us. Laura, what's the latest?
Jen, we now know the identity of that shooter and his relationship to the family. Police have named him as 48-year-old Mitchell Lapper, a man from Winnipeg who had travelled to Oshawa to carry out this shooting. Now, police say he wasn't invited to that home in Oshawa. It's not clear why he would have shown up other than for the attack which was carried out, and we know now that he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound after apparently killing 4 people inside that house. Now, police have said a man, 2 boys and a female died in the home, and that a woman in her 50s was taken to hospital with a gunshot wound to her leg. She's in serious but not life-threatening condition. So that's the latest on that front. Police are not formally identifying those 4 that were killed by the gunman, but we are learning more about the occupants of that home from neighbours, from friends. They've identified to us a couple that lived in the home as Chris and Loretta Trainer, a mother and father. They were school teachers with 4 children, 3 of whom are believed to have been home at the time of the attack. And we're learning from an obituary from last year for Loretta Trainer's father that Mitchell Lapper, the shooter, was her brother. Now, just that detail emerging in recent hours. We're also hearing more from neighbours who described hearing 10 to 15 gunshots yesterday morning about 1:20 a.m. Just their shock at the news of what's happened here. They're saying things like that you couldn't hope for better neighbours, that this was a family who were always seen doing things together, whether that was yard work or playing in the driveway. Here's a bit more of what they've told us.
Quiet, kept to themselves, raised their kids to a really respectful family.
Everyone knew him, everyone knew Mr. Trainer, and everyone knew Sam. You know, they're always just open people, open hands, you know, always kind to one another.
It doesn't make any sense knowing Chris and Loretta that it would have been one of them. They're very happy, outgoing, very family-oriented people.
So a neighbourhood in shock now, and it's not just that neighbourhood, of course, but with a couple who are teachers, this has left a school community reeling as well, Jen.
So tragic. So what more are we learning about the police end of this investigation?
Well, the big issue here that they need to identify is the motive. What would have led Mitchell Lapper to shoot for people inside this home, including apparently his family members? A key part of this is figuring out why he drove from Winnipeg to Oshawa. You're seeing there the white pickup truck that he took. It's registered in his name, was parked the wrong way outside the family's home. Also probing the long gun used in this attack and how he obtained that. Some other details as well, a suspicious device discovered at the family's home yesterday afternoon. What that was, why it was there. And we know police have been visiting his street in Winnipeg as well. Officers were seen there canvassing the neighbourhood yesterday. A lot of pieces yet to be put together, and we know that police are waiting on post-mortem results for those found dead. So we'll bring you any updates on that as we get them, Jennifer, hoping for an update from the scene later today.
All right, thank you, Laura.